Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're currently getting ready. Brushing teeth. Going to go see Scream. I think it's just called Scream, right? Scream? The fifth one, I've heard good things. So all four of us are going to go see it. Jesse ended up getting here yesterday, the other night. I don't know if I filmed yesterday, so technically for you guys it's yesterday. And actually yesterday we had a lot of fun. We went to Dave & Buster's, went out to eat, fun stuff. But yes, gonna go see Scream, and we will definitely let you know how it is. Hopefully it'll be a good review once yet, hopefully. My expectations are very high for this movie. Scream. It was just called Scream, not The Scream or Scream 5 or whatever. It's just Scream. It wasn't a sequel or a prequel. It was just like another Scream movie with some of the original actors and actresses that were in the first one. Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and Dewey. Forget his name. What is his name for real? What's Dewey's name? David Arquette. So those are the three original people that were in this one. It, as you'd expect, pretty much had the same premise. The intro was the same, like a lot of, well, that was the thing with this one. They wanted to do a lot of Easter eggs. They wanted to do a lot of throwbacks to the very first Scream movie, the original, and they did. There was a lot of hidden stuff, names, street names, people's names, songs that Katie noticed, like all the songs that were in this one. That was in the first one. Yeah. Even that came down, well, no spoilers. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. A lot of things were the same. And it was cool. It wasn't like cheesy and boring and crappy that it was the same. It was kind of like it made you, it felt good from like remembering the movie from years ago and then seeing that they incorporated it.
Yeah, it was a nice little throwback to the first one.
Yeah, it was a lot of cool stuff.
Did a lot of the same premises, but, you know, with different people and changed up the situations a little differently. So it was pretty nostalgic how they did it.
And it wasn't boring. The death scenes were cool, even though...
Yeah, the deaths were actually pretty good.
And even though what's-his-name didn't do this one, because he's dead, it still felt
and
like...
at the end of the movie, they put it for Wes.
Yeah, it still felt like Wes Craven did this movie, even though, like, yeah. I don't really have many bad things to say about it. It wasn't boring. It was entertaining the whole way through. It was like action pretty much the whole time from beginning to end. Of course, if you know Scream movies, there was like twists at the end, which were cool. The whole time, basically just like any other Scream movie, the whole time they make it like it seems like everybody could be the killer.
Yeah,
so
that was like the fun part about it.
Yeah.
They make it like a whodunit.
Yeah, it's like a whodunit the whole way through.
So with stuff like that, I like to guess in the beginning and try to stick with my original guess. But, you know, throughout the movie, you're like, oh, it might be them, it might be them. And then it's just kind of fun to see if you were correct in your initial guess.
Yeah, so that's why the movies are always fun. But I'm glad I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
It was totally worth it.
I feel like they could. It was pretty, like, bloody and violent, but I feel like they could have taken it to the next level and did more with it.
Yeah, they could for sure. I don't know. It's kind of straightforward. The movie is. If you know Scream movies, then that's what you're going to see, and it's good. So I mean, yeah, it's a good movie. I would see it definitely in the theater.
It was good, but it wasn't amazing.
It wasn't amazing. It wasn't like Hereditary amazing.
Yeah.
Or like Midsummer. I mean, those are both really good movies, but
it
was still really good
for being a fifth film in a franchise.
That's true. Yeah, it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
It was better than what normally a sequel movie and, like she said, the fifth movie would be. It was better. It compared to the first one almost. Yeah. The first one and the second one. But yeah. It was good. And it was cool, actually, yeah, it was cool how they incorporated a lot of the old characters. Like, they were talking about how their parents were, because the way the movies are is this stuff is real, and this movie was kind of like the whole movie was almost like a fourth wall break, because during the movie the whole time they were talking about how the first movie was a thing, but they didn't call it Scream, they called it Stab.
No, they actually did make a movie called Stab based on the murders from the first movie.
Oh, they did? In that world, they did?
Yeah, it was in Scream. Yeah, I could tell you were confused because
I didn't know that.
Saying.
Oh, I thought they were.
I didn't want to tell you, but like, I think it was like Scream 2 or Scream 3.
Oh, remember, so they made a movie within a movie because based off the first movie.
Yeah, Stab is the movie in Scream that is about what happened.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense.
Do you remember the one where it's like Jada Pinkett and then her boyfriend go to the theater and then he's in the restroom and then the killer stabs him. Well, this is
the third one?
Yeah, this is from like the second or third.
No, it's not the second one, but it had to have been the third one then.
I think it's the second one.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't know. I think it's the second one, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But he's like in the bathroom and he like stabs him in the ear in the stall.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
To see the Stab movie.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, all right. Well then, yeah. So that I like how they incorporated all the other movies, and then they were like, "Oh, this person was in that," and it was cool.
And then they were talking about, I don't know if I should talk about this, Jamie Kennedy's character and how he had.
Well, how he died.
His niece and nephew were in this movie.
Oh yeah, no, I think
Jamie
that's not
Kennedy's
a spoiler.
character was in the first and second Scream, and he was the one that knew all the rules and all. He
was the movie buff and whatnot.
he was the movie buff, so he was like one of my favorite characters in the Scream franchise. And then his niece and nephew were in this movie, which I thought were cool.
That was cool. And she was a movie buff.
Yeah,
the girl was a movie buff.
Like him, so I like that how she was explaining.
Yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, the movie is really good. Like, definitely you have to watch it. You don't have to watch the other ones, but it makes it way better if you have. So, yeah. But, good movie. Good movie. Go see it.
Yeah, you should watch the other ones before you see this.
At least the first two.
Like, the references and the little songs that they play with Dewey, and each character kind of has like their own little song that they play when they come on or whatever.
Yeah.
Or actually, I don't know if they all do, but I know Dewey does. David Arquette's character.
So, I think that's it.
That's about it.
It was good. Go see it. Good movie.